Gray girl. Hi. Oh, everybody's all stretchy this morning. Hi. How's my girl? Good girl. Here you go. Oh. There's the rest of my boys. I emptied the cat water bowls, the food bowls from last night, and there was about maybe a 1/4 inch of rain. Everything is still 100% wet.
Yeah, 100% wet.
But I don't think we're expecting any more during the day, just clouds.
Right.
I think,
Warmer.
yeah, it's in the 40s. It's a little chilly. I just turned Tux's bed back on. I meant to have turned both of these on yesterday. It's a fine line between too hot to stay in them, and we sure would like it warmer, Mom, but that's all right. They're on now. Morris wants to go get in there after his breakfast. He'll warm up. Stripe, of course, after I put him out when I went to bed, he went and got in the garage and was warm in there. Tux is doing good. Are you just walking around? That's because you came in the house and got some food already. Let's see, which plant needs water this morning? Today, not really any of them, but we won't waste it. Yeah, I gotta go back to Wake Forest to the doctor. This was my glance at my foot. Follow-up appointment, everything is fine. I'm sure he's gonna say everything is fine. And then Dawn and I are gonna go to WRAL Azalea Gardens. May not be the best picture taking day, but oh well. Yeah, I had never turned Panthers off. He likes it hot. But Marty and Morris, maybe not quite so much. Good morning, buddy. That's my good boy. His yearly appointment at the vet is at 5 today. So I'll either take him or I'll take Tux, because Tux is scheduled after him in a few weeks. Alright, we're off. I've been wanting to show for a few days that this building here by the new Fuquay Library is basically complete. They've been doing the final landscaping touches this week. They put the siding on a week or two ago, and that really made the building look done. Well, Jules says we're on time for 7:29, and with Dawn driving, I'm sure we'll make that. And he hasn't cussed anybody yet this morning. It's been fine for him. He won't have any of the problems I have in the morning. Let's hope not, anyway.
Yes, I don't want my blood pressure up.
We're fixing to go through the construction zone, so it's dark, but I can still sort of show you to the right better because I'm not driving. Well, so much for looking at the construction zone with a beautiful sunrise off to the east this morning. Someone posted to Tesla Owners North America, that Facebook group. That group doesn't get a lot of activity. So I tend to actually read the things that get posted there because it's not lost in the wash. They upgraded their 2018 Model X 100D did the CCS adapter retrofit on it, and it cost them $480 and included the new module in the car plus the adapter. Okay, Don says we already have an adapter and Jules is enabled, so if he needed to CCS charge with Jules, he could. Ruby is not enabled, but I do note that currently in the app she is eligible for the upgrade now. I don't remember seeing a notification to the effect that she was eligible, but she is eligible. And I kind of asked Dawn, you know, why would anybody really want to upgrade their Tesla at this point to use CCS? I guess if you're somewhere where there's going to be another high-speed charger but not a supercharger, or maybe now that supercharging isn't as cheap as it used to be, it's more not lose profit, for profit, reasonable, what it should be versus subsidized. I don't know how you want to phrase it, but you know, would you go to another high-speed charger if it were cheaper than the supercharger in your Tesla and you didn't have free supercharging? I don't know. I mean, in Ruby, it's unlikely with free supercharging that we would go anywhere other than a supercharger. And I also think the continental United States, it's really close to being to the point of why would you ever not use a supercharger? Why would you have a need? Or I mean, you know, if you're out someplace where there's no supercharger, is there really going to be somebody else that's put in a high-speed charger? I don't think so. Maybe if the supercharger's full and the high-speed charger supplier across the street is not, you would go over there. Maybe that would be a reason. I don't know. I'd probably just wait. So at any point, Don and I were talking about that. He's going to look up can you get just the updated module in the car but not the adapter, because we would never be traveling. It's unlikely we would ever both be out of state in both Teslas at the same time. Like, we might go on a trip alone or together in one of the Teslas out of state where it would be convenient to have the CCS adapter in the car, but we're not like both going to be out of state needing it. Or if we were both out of state with the Teslas, we'd probably be traveling together someplace for some reason, not separate. So anyway, just these are the conversations that go on in the morning on the way to school when we're both in the car. So we're making our way across North Raleigh, headed toward Wake Forest. You might remember this doctor's appointment is just south of Wake Forest, and my appointment's at 8:30. They wanted us there at 8:15. Jules says 8:05 a.m. So we are good. Traffic is behaving this morning. Dr. Stamey says my foot is in good shape, and I Band-Aid for comfort if I need it. Today's the first day Dawn didn't put a Band-Aid on, and that was just because I just have to take it off for the doctor to look at it. But it's all good. I don't have to come back or anything. So we're gonna go have some fun, see some sights, do some spring stuff.
I think we wanted to.
Yeah, you're still showing your Charlotte 49ers pride there, right? Yeah, it was the right color jacket for the sticker. That was from our tour down there a couple weeks ago. So we're at Falls Lake Dam, since it was basically 2 miles from the doctor's office.
Yeah.
We're gonna hike around here a little bit, walk around, tour the visitor center behind us, and then we are gonna end up at WRAL Azalea Gardens. But there's just a short walk over there, whereas we kind of need a walk.
Yeah, my girl wants me to walk.
Well, and we were right here. It's not like last time we came up here, we had to drive from the house just to come here, and that was a 45-minute drive. So obvious controlled burn spot here. And we're just headed into the visitor center. We were not at this building when we were here the last time. Last time it was on a weekend, and it was a zoo. An absolute zoo. Oh, here's a big map.
Yeah, that's the whole map of Falls Lake.
Yep. So of all of that, we're here.
Yeah. This is the canoe launch we were at before. This is number 1's going to be the actual dam. Number 2 is where we are at right now.
Yep. So it's been around since '65.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot like Jordan Lake, right? Another Army Corps of Engineers created water management system. I mean, the lake was here, but the dam and the lake were not. Yeah, there are a lot of Army Corps of Engineers projects in North Carolina, including the one at Yates Mill that keeps the mill from reflooding and routes any hurricane waters around the mill. But this says it's been around since George Washington appointed the first chief engineer, so it's as old as America. Well, I might have to get Don one of these Mountains to Sea Trail shirts at some point. It has this logo on the front and on the back. It says it's 1,175 miles. We saw that sign. Where were we the other day where we saw the sign?
Oh, we were on that trail. Where were we? We were,
Yeah, where have we been this week? I'm trying to remember on our really interesting way to keep the gravel from not moving. There's like this compartmentalized plastic. Don called it erosion control stuff. And you kind of see the pattern where they filled it and it stays in place. That's pretty neat. Pretty neat. The dam's over there to our right. We'll walk across it in a bit. We're just following the trail down to the water here. It does go over to the other parking lot area. On the weekends, during the summer, this would have a lot of boats out here and a lot of people recreating. And you can see the dam over there to the right. It's very pretty. So there was a wooden dam here before they constructed the current new dam. And they said they had to use some serious dynamite to blow it up to get it out of the way to rebuild. That it was holding up pretty good. But of course they wanted to have even more flood management control, so they replaced it. Very pretty. Well, I'm glad we're back when it's not so crowded. So we're able to discover that there's this nice trail over here that you can, I'm gonna say, easily walk. And being careful not to fall into the cold water because it is pretty chilly today if you were to fall in.
Yep. I think we should have parked over there. It's way closer.
I like where we parked. I like where we, well, of course I am. Isn't that what we do every morning is we hike, we walk? A little but necessary boardwalk to the other side. Oh. A skinny margarita ready to drink, huh?
yeah.
I took a picture of a cormorant from the bank, but let's see if I can get a little closer to one of these guys from the pier. Yeah, no swimming here. It says this is a fishing area. There's hooks and glass and trash and rocks, and there are 3 or 4 places you can swim, but not here. Yeah, 300 millimeters okay, but 600 millimeters might get me more of the shot of the face that I would like with the pretty blue eye. The cormorants have such pretty eyes. It's pretty quiet out here this morning. Yeah, I kind of figured that's why I didn't bring it. It sucks. I'm sure somebody would do something they weren't supposed to do and go near the sensitive equipment, whereas everybody else would just want to go out in the middle of the lake, get a nice picture, and bring it back. But because of those few individuals, we have to have these rules. Don says the building just to the other side of the bridge is the old mill.
Yeah, well, there were several of them here.
We walked out on that bridge the last time we were here. We watched the kayaks down below for a good bit.
Get wet down.
There were some impressive kayaking maneuvers occurring. There's a little closer view of the water. There's a lot of water coming through today. It's not a small amount at all.
Yeah. You can tell, see how full the river is? When we were here last time, you could see a lot of the rocks out
Right,
there.
it's pretty full.
That now those rocks are submerged. There's a lot of water coming. Well, we've had all that rain.
Yeah, we have had a good rain over the winter. No shortage of rain. We were here on a weekend last time, and like I said, it was a zoo.
And this area right here, I guess they work over here, and it's employees, so they open it up when Monday through Friday when they're working, but when they leave every day, they're quite adamant. 4:30, they want you out of here.
Yeah, park gate closes at 4:30. Huh. But anyway, you can park over here if you come at the right time. which would be little to no elevation for someone that just wanted to go enjoy the view, or for being handicap accessible. As a matter of fact, I'm surprised a couple of these aren't marked handicapped only, because if I was coming here with someone that wasn't particularly mobile, I would want to park here and take them out to enjoy the view and some fresh air, and then just wheel them back to the car. I told Don we had to walk to the far end because A, we needed to walk, and B, there's a Pokestop here. Gotta spin the Pokestop. I talked to a nice gentleman in his young lab, and got some puppy love. If you go down, you have to come up. I'm not opposed to coming up, but Don doesn't have on his walking shoes today. He's got on his go visit the garden shoes. That's okay. This fall, I want to go down that hill. The guy says you see bald eagles and herons, and there's some really nice trails down in that direction. And
there's not a lot down there, but it's worth it.
Right. Well, you get up along the water again, so. But I'll let Don off the hook on that one today. It does look very pretty down there, though. You can just maybe see the yellow colored building up there in the trees, which is where we started out today. I think we've not actually walked very far. Shoot, I keep on talking to people and my watch thinks I need to pause my workout. Mean watch. So out on the structure out there, up at the top part, is a osprey nest. He just landed. I thought it might have been an eagle at first, but it's not. I've taken a couple of pictures at, you know, the distance we were at. I'll go get a little closer now and try to get a better picture. I see at least 3 great blue herons from my vantage point. There's one on the far shore over there. And there's one down this way towards the bridge, and that's at least that many. And there's a whole bunch of geese making a lot of racket and not very happy. I came and sat on this picnic bench so I could hold my hands really still. Hey, Donnie. Hey, Donnie. He can't hear me. It's very loud over there. Obviously, though, this is where the birds want to hunt the fish. This is the spot where they were launching the kayaks. They'd come in and go basically over there and try to get caught by the current and see if they could get turned around and go down a ways without dumping themselves. And then when they'd done enough, they allowed themselves to be dumped and they got out to come back and practice it all over again. Elizabeth Garner, WRAL, she kayaks and talks about it over here sometimes and is very active in sports with her family. And kayaking is a passion for her, though, in particular. I came to see this heron closer. Well, I've gotten close to this guy as the bank will get me. There is another photographer up there on the bridge. You can see I'm really close to the shoreline here. They're redoing those bathrooms and this parking lot is closed. Maybe you can still park on the other side of those trees, a few parking spots. But I would probably say if you're coming for a visit, go park at the visitor center. It's a great view over there on the bridge also, but it's so loud and it is really close to the cars, and I'm just not going to do that today. And Don's in trouble though with all of the birding here and the peace and quiet on a weekday morning. I'm going to want to come back. Well, there's part of the Mountain to the Sea trail, clearly marked and all that stuff. Hiking is allowed, but no horses, ATVs, bicycles, or other stuff. So it better be on foot. You get to walk. We're just taking a trail back to the parking lot.
Right. Well, this trail here is part of that. People ride their bikes, because that day we were out here before, there were a lot of people on bikes.
Yeah, well, we didn't walk out to the bridge, but there's actually a business right there at the corner that rents the bikes. So yeah, there's definitely biking to be done over here.
Yeah.
Well, that was a nice little elevation. Just use the Pokemon Go map to see how we pick up the trail to get us back to the other visitor center where Jules is parked. And the short answer is we're not too far from it. There's a natural cutover. So it's probably a little shorter the way we came up.
Yeah. Well, we're not there yet.
Yeah, well, something tells me we almost are supposed to go down to the end of that barricade and pick it up over there. Which is not what I want to do, because the trail's like right on the other side of the barricade here. He thinks I could jump over the wall. Were you supposed to take a nap there? That's so special. That's an awful...
Like photo blind.
Yeah. Oh yeah, deer blind. Beaver blind. Anyway, Pogo helped us find the trail again. Did a good job, I have to say. Yeah, that's a straight down view of the dam. But this is good. You know us, we like to go in a circle. We don't like to go back exactly the same way we came if we can help it. We like more exploration of new things is good. I got plenty of pictures of the water and the lake and the dam, and even though that's a gorgeous view, I was all about coming back a little bit different way than we went. So, and the building is up the hill in front of Dawn. Way up the hill.
Yeah, the emphasis on the word up.
Up. Well, it was going to be up no matter what we did. There was no not having more elevation to get back there. So we're amazed at the size of this tree.
It's pretty big.
It's big. And I'm thinking it's a tulip poplar, but I'm going to have to put my long lens on it to know for sure. I tried to go back and get Dawn one of those Mountain to the Sea trail shirts, but they only had mediums. They were kind of out of stock. But there was a Ranger in there now. And I just wanted to show you this really pretty little train trestle looking like walking bridge.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't go anywhere to anywhere that's sort of important, and the view is like not as good as some other places on the trail. So anyway, just showing it to you. It's pretty in and of itself. Yeah, I had pointed out the
Tree.
controlled burn stuff.
I always talk about the tree. See the tree?
Yeah.
It's kind of, what would you call
Goes
that?
to the side. It's
Yeah,
deformed.
weird.
It's
It's just unusual.
unusual, not natural.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, the one lower. I'm looking at one higher that's done the same thing.
yeah.
But yeah, it makes a nice bench if it was a little lower.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's been climbed before.
Yeah.
What in the world, Donnie?
Yeah, that's something you don't see very often, is a hood flying up. That one did.
Mini Cooper SE?
I don't know. It's a Mini Cooper. I mean, it was a Mini. Maybe it was a. I just say it's a Mini. I don't know if it was the Cooper version or what.
Well, I hope it didn't do a lot of damage, but I suspect the hinges aren't going to be in great shape after that.
Yeah. Oh, its hood just flew up.
You pull over, or?
Yeah, he pulled into the center lane.
That was,
A Mini. BMW Mini.
We're here at WRAL now. Don's doing double duty.
Take.
We were trying to see if the Weatherman's Model 3 was here, Mike Mays, but not yet is the answer. Although, yeah, he probably plugs into charge while he's at work.
Yeah, I think so.
Where'd you learn all that stuff from?
Oh, my Navigator co-pilot girl, she taught me all those tricks.
That girl you watch on YouTube?
Yeah, that's right. The pretty one that rides with me everywhere.
Anyway, we need, let's just say 15 minutes. So we need to leave at 12:45-ish, 1 o'clock, get over to Johnny.
Right, well, it says if we left right now...
11 minutes.
Oh, it's 11 minutes. Okay, that's great.
I do see some tulips, and there's a lot blooming. It might not be peak yet, but it's certainly worth coming over here. I love that orange woodsy azalea. Every time we come, I say that. I want one of those. And I want it that big, and I want it to look that pretty. I can't say that I'm in love with the white ones that they planted here at the entranceway. They're pretty. They're in full bloom. They're open. I like multicolor. So the ones over here are all red and all yellow. I just like, yeah, they're pretty, but the ones that allow the light to pass through the petal a little bit so they look sort of stained glass. This is more landscape versus single bloom photography, and I like single bloom stuff, I guess. Beautiful red maple. I was noticing from a distance, and you are allowed to walk on the grass here. That's not a no-no. That this is very much like the one that we have out back that has the seed pods. Yeah, this is one they didn't pull out from a prior year. This is the color I like. I like these yellow with the orange flame in it. It's just personal preference. I'm bored with the solid color. I do like these pink Easter egg color looking tulips a little bit better, but still, versus the giant, I really appreciate the ones that have more than one color in the petal. It's very pretty from a landscaping perspective, just not, to me, a single beauty stunning as I would like it to be. Hey, Donnie.
Hey, pretty girl.
He's leaning his head on my head. It's very pretty through here. I love how it's terraced, so just the natural lay of the land, they made use of it so that you can really see the azaleas for a long distance. This little bench with the monkeys is always so cute. They do come in at the right time of the year and, you know, trim, prune, manicure. They put a lot of effort out here for a free public garden, I have to say.
There's our tree.
Yeah, I told Don every time we come here I want to go buy a Japanese maple and buy a woodsy azalea. Oh, he has some petals coming down. Maybe Yoshino cherry, which is what this is right in front of us, is finishing up. Well, I almost like the pink version as much as the orange. The pink version kind of dangles a little more. Almost looks like honeysuckle. Again, this is a woodsy azalea variety. Varnado pink, native azalea. Rhododendron, narcissus. Vandelos pink. We'll just stick with that name. I mean, really, doesn't everybody want that in their yard? That is gorgeous. Yeah, that wind thing can't hardly move. The trees got so big. So over here, those are all azaleas too, but this part of the garden is a little shadier.
This is the newer section?
Yeah, and the newer section maybe. So there's going to be plenty to see here for 2 or 3 more weeks. It doesn't all open on one day. Oak leaf hydrangea, yeah. So in the summertime, there will be lots of hydrangea color out here. And in the fall, the Sasanqua camellias, and there's almost always something blooming in the garden. See the hydrangea here? This will look really, the flowers are starting to form. June time frame. This will be super pretty. So definitely worth coming back for a walkthrough in the summertime too. Don's already thinking we'll come again this spring. We're almost to the end of the fully planted garden. Up there, down further, they are still adding to it. There's plenty more room for expansion.
Plenty of expansion.
That Japanese maple there to your left is beautiful. Yeah, so one day we're going to come here in the next 10 years and this whole area is going to be filled in with azaleas and other parts of the garden. Well, we had enough sun to make it enjoyable, but the sun has kind of gone in, and it'd be nice if it was 10 degrees warmer. And if we come back next week and check it out again, I won't complain. They've obviously picked up Johnny at this point, and we're on prom mission tux alteration. Get ready for the prom. How exciting. I wish I was going. Don's helping me load up Panther. Panther didn't give me a hard time at all.
Good boy.
He was a really good boy. He used to terrify me having to pick him up, but we're all good. Thanks for carrying him out for me.
You're welcome.
He's not, you know, incredibly heavy, but it's a help. I got a short nap, not a long enough nap. And poor buddy, he's not happy, but he was so good. He didn't fuss at his mama at all. He really didn't. So yeah, this is just a checkup. So just God, one more thing to do today. Everything is all good with Panther. He's 12 pounds something, and she didn't find any problems, and he didn't give her any trouble either. And the vet tech that I've known for 20 some odd years, his Chevy Volt, that he's had probably as long, if not longer, than I've had Ruby. It's still
Thanks for the curb service.
Oh, you're very much welcome. He do okay?
Yeah, just leave him on the floor in the family room till I get inside.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Throttle full.
I love it. So it does run even if it's upside down.
Right, and I have a switch. So watch this. Mom, look at my remote.
Yeah.
So this switch. So this now robot.
Okay.
So it goes. So this is backwards throttle. This is forwards throttle. Now look. Now look. Forwards, backwards.
Okay.
Makes it a lot easier to drive.
Why cool.
Although, yeah, it's okay.
So this one's basically ready for battle. The weapon spins upside down too. That's something so satisfying about tearing up even something as easy as a box.
Okay, yeah. So 50% throttle is probably what we're gonna run. Alright, that was successful.
So this one's a vertical spinner weapon, the other was a horizontal.
Mm-hmm. This one isn't as exciting, sadly. But
Well,
it does look like it's working the way it's supposed to.
there's lots of different strategies. Oh, it'll be fun when you or the other guy goes up in the air.
I mean, the fact that that wedge lip appears to be working
Is good. Yeah. Well, Wally says hi. Woo! Uh-oh. That was a cat. But Johnny was demonstrating that it's doing good upside down also.